That's perfect.
Lovely.
Something about like that.
Yeah, he'll take that. And like you said, that's going to land soft. It should bounce straight.
Got to. It's got to come back.
Here we go.
There we go.
That is so good. All right, JT. Look, you are a premium iron player. We know that. Really good, especially with the short irons as well. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. We've organised a little bit of wind, a bit of difficulty in some of the pins here.
Okay.
So 4 different shots. Hopefully we can go through those and maybe just go through your processes in what we do.
Yeah.
First flag, we're going to go red flag.
Okay.
Easy one to start with, Piers.
It is an easy one. You're getting mean with yours, Andy.
I am.
So 138 red, and you've got 6 behind it and 6 left.
Yeah. Okay. The back over this, like over the bunker here.
Yes.
Okay.
So 6 yards to the bunker back, and then you've got 6 yards left, and then it all sort of runs off.
Okay.
And it's in like a little bit of a bowl of green. So basically, it's sort of sat down in the depression, so you can gather it in basically if you want to along the ground.
Perfect.
So what sort of things are you thinking?
138. You said?
138.
Yes.
Yeah.
38. Okay. Well, first off, I mean, you know, where you are is important, and I mean, being here in Southern California, the ball does not go very far. And the temperature, everything like that. I mean, 38, 140 is like a stock pitching wedge for me, and there's 0 chance I'm hitting a pitching wedge. I mean, it's just enough wind. What would you call this? 10?
Yeah.
10 to 15.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's, you know, it's even pushing a 9 potentially. I'd say, you know, back home, this is kind of around a mid to high 40s, maybe 150 shot. But I mean, this is going to be more of like a low to mid 50s kind of thing. So I got a 9. I think 8's probably going to be too much. I'd factor it in here. You got a little bit of an upslope, so then that's going to make it play even further as well. So I mean, when it gets around this windy, sometimes it's kind of like measuring trajectory, like especially with the really, really, really windy days where I'm not, you know, okay, this is 138, it's playing 150. It's like it's hard to figure out what it is. And how I go through that is I can look at the trajectory, like picturing it, and I'm like, okay, for reference, it needs to stay the apex needs to be just above the clouds there. And I can kind of look and like, can I do that with a 9 iron? No. Okay, must be an 8 then. And that's kind of how I do it, is kind of weird as it is. But this one will be close. I think I can get a 9 iron there. But it'll be very, very important to catch it, strike it well. So wind a little in out of the left, 138, I'm going, it's probably playing low 50s, 53, 55, so.
The good thing is short is the winner here, isn't it?
Short's
you
the
don't
winner.
want to be big.
Exactly, and that's another thing. It's a back pin. In the tournament, it'd be like, you know, I'm not sure I can get a 9 there, but, you know, long's bad, let's just hit the 9, so.
I think for the majority of people watching this, they probably wouldn't go past the flag anyway unless they totally got the wrong club or mishit it. But the last thing you want is big and downwind on the chip shot on the short side.
Exactly. That's the number one. I see it every week in pro-ams. For some reason, amateurs never want to hit enough club. It's, you know, they're holding on to that 9 iron they hit 150 back in 2003, and that's how far
You've seen that as well, yeah?
Oh my God, so.
And just on the flight for you then, JT, so you said you're looking to just hit it above the clouds there?
Yeah.
Which cloud? Sorry, the middle one or the top one?
The top there,
one,
yeah.
So is that going to be, are you looking to flight this a little lower just to?
For me to get this 9 iron there, I feel like I need to, but with this upslope, there's only so much I'm going to be able to flight it.
Yeah.
So again, I think I can get this 9 iron 2 pin high. I think it'll be close. But again, with the pin being in the back, I think this is the right play. So yeah, I'm more looking, it's a rough like apex of where I feel like when I'm eyeballing it, like, okay, it'll be a little bit above the clouds, but like it needs to stay below that. And if it gets above that, I think it's going to stay short. So I'm more focusing on flight than anything here.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it.
Okay.
That was a long explanation for what you guys wanted there. So sorry in
That's
advance.
the detail that goes in there. The detail is key. It's key.
So yeah, ball a little below my feet, went off the left as well. So got to give it a little bit of room to work left to right. Just choking down to get that little bit of lower flight. Ball back in my stance and open up a bit, and then yeah, just try to match that flight with a low 50s ball. Something about like that.
Yeah, he'll take that.
Nice. That's it.
Just that little
Just
disappearing
went down,
there means
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gone down it.
That's good.
I mean, there's a load of golf balls there. We probably don't.
He's not going to want to hit another one after that. He's like, no, just get me on to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. But as we're walking up there,
Yeah, we'll move up here. Yeah.
would you ever consider to lower the ball flight in that? Would you ever put a shape on it? Would you draw it ever if the wind got stronger, or?
It could. I like to work the ball left to right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a lot more comfortable hitting my number with a ball working left to right. So that's generally what I will try to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's something you can trust, especially when you've got so many other variables going on out
Yeah,
there.
and a lot of it is how the course is. I mean, if the greens are softer and I know a draw is going to have less spin, maybe they won't get away from me, then I know I can draw it. And if I, miss my number by 3 or 4, it's not going to bounce over the green. It'll just stay there. Versus if the greens are firm,
Predictability.
I know exactly what the ball's going to do when it hits the green, kind of thing.
Love it, love it.
So next situation, a little bit trickier. I think we've got 134 to the pin.
All right.
We've got 8 yards on, 7 yards from the right, but we've got a bit of a shelf just left of the flag. So if you miss it left, it's going to move away from the flag.
Okay.
Obviously, same wind, everything there.
He's the meaner one of the two, by the way. He's the meaner one.
The one on the right.
Just on the right here.
Over the
yeah.
bunker? Okay.
So yeah, talk us through this one. Is there anything any different here? Club selection again, flight-wise? Maybe the pin, obviously, short now is a danger.
Yeah.
So big is definitely a bit better on this one.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I could even go through it with both 8 and 9, but it's something similar. I mean, I'm not on the upslope like I was a little bit back there, so that makes a big difference of my comfort level of being able to get this there. This could be one where I have enough room, and like you said, it looks like the green works left to right, so I would try to kind of like that tree about 15 feet left of the hole. Kind of pinch one off of that and just try to kind of get it working down toward it. And from this distance, it would definitely be, again, a trajectory thing. I mean, if I can keep this 9-iron, pretty much apexing at the top of those clouds, it would be about a high 40 shot to where it would be able to cover, would you say it was 8 over that bunker?
Yeah, 8.
So it'd be, 26 over that bunker. It would definitely be able to get that and get to the hole. So I'll hit one of those little low cuts with this one first off.
And how much speed are you taking off this? Are you taking any speed off this?
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep my speed through the ball pretty consistent. It's more of probably how far I'm taking it back.
Okay.
I don't know why, it's just always been, I don't have like a clock system or anything. I just try to feel basically what's the shortest distance I can take it back to get it that distance.
Yeah.
It's a weird way to think about it, but it's just, I don't know why. My dad doesn't even remember telling me that, but growing up, it was like just to keep my acceleration consistent through the ball. It theoretically, it does change, but it doesn't feel any different to me. Maybe, I mean, even if I'm hitting it, whatever, to 80 yards with a 9-iron, it might be more of just kind of like something there. But if I'm hitting it 130 yards, it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it feels like one thing's changing really for you. It's one variable that you change.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I'll change is how much I'm choking down to bring the flight down or stance, but I'm not necessarily like feeling like, okay, this is 70% or whatever it is. It's more just trying to match up a flight type thing.
It's amazing how even just choking down the club sends an intention to the brain to go,
Yeah.
oh, I'm hitting this softer. You
Yeah.
just automatically naturally
you don't see
you?
anybody trying to rip it from right there for sure. So I'll
Okay,
try
well,
to.
that first one was nice. So
That was really
this
good.
is
Yeah, I'll hit a little, just go a little low cut off of that tree. So 134.
yeah, 134.
Get up a little bit. All right, so
It's nice, yeah.
It's good.
wasn't my best around pin high though. But again, just I knew if I, even like that wasn't my best strike, but it was the flight stayed nice enough and low enough that it was going to get there.
See how he's dragging another golf ball.
He
straight
wants
in.
another one. He wants
He's
another
going,
one.
"Oh,
Yeah.
another one, oh, another one."
Yeah.
I think the best thing about this though as well, and for the viewers, I think the difference with you guys at the top level is you get so clear on exactly, I want to start it at the tree, there's the flight, there's the window. You're building that picture in your mind straight away, which then just has so much power in how you move, and the intention is just huge that a lot of amateur golfers don't have that visual detail. They stand up there, there's the yardage, and then just swing.
Yeah, it's like you said, the first one, it depends in the back. Like if you're between clubs, hit less club. If there's trouble short, hit more club. Like that could be the easiest way for them to save 5-10 strokes around. Is, I mean, they should be thinking little things of just, yeah, like, okay, there's a lot of trouble, right? Like I hit it right quite often, the wind's off the left, like I'm gonna aim a little further left. But it is little things like that that could be helpful to anybody type thing.
Even the detail of how the ball's going to work on the ground, because again, often with a golfer, and they're not really that mindful of what it's going to do when it hits the ground.
Yeah.
For you, you're looking to, you know, as you say, pinch it off 15 feet left. It's going to pitch probably 8 feet left of the flag still, and then hopefully go 8 feet towards the flag. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I'll do one working the other way just to get it.
Okay.
Like you said about of it kind of rolling. If I maybe needed to stay a little closer where it lands.
Yeah.
With this wind being off the left, I would want to turn it up against it to where the ball will land a lot softer. So it'll be kind of similar because it'll be a little stronger flight, kind of like a mid-40 shot. But yeah, just aiming a little right and kind of closing the stance and the face.
That's perfect.
Lovely. That's so nice. And like you said, that's going to land soft. It should bounce straight.
Yeah, it just kind of, you know, it didn't, like the other one obviously had more curve, so it went that way, and that one's going to kind of stay around there.
So much control on that shot as well. I mean, you've made that look so easy.
Maybe I should draw it more.
Yeah, you've made that look so easy, but you're able to just use the wind and use the shape to sort of just soften things up there, that was beautiful. Thank you.
And would you, as you said, under pressure though, you prefer the first one?
Fading is just more comfortable. I would say there's so many variables that go into the decision. I mean, the first thing is the lie. You have to get there, see what the lie's like. If it's fine, which it generally is, then that's one thing. But it's, you know, what's the contours of the green? Where is the trouble? What's the wind direction? You know, if it's like you said, I mean, chipping into the wind versus chipping downwind, if you miss, that's a huge thing. Or where's the easier putt? There's just so many things that, you know, maybe I know that I'm not as comfortable working it right to left and against the wind, but I have room long and a miss right's fine. I may try to hold it because if it doesn't draw, it's over there, it's fine. Versus if there's trouble on where my miss is of that shot, then I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go it's more comfortable. So there's just a lot of variables that it's not just see yardage, pull the club, hit it regardless kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool, right. So recently you hold a shot.
I did.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So we're going to go black and white flag.
Okay.
It's 103. Now the wind is probably different to what it was.
Just a touch.
Just slightly different. But again, just if you look at that there with 6 on, with 6 on.
Okay.
So obviously when you're hitting a 103 yards into the wind with the flag only 6 yards on and it banked up like this from back to front, there's obviously something you've got to figure out the yardage part of this, haven't you? So what sort of things are you thinking now?
Yeah, this would definitely be one of controlling the spin is most important. Yeah, I hit lob wedge, waste management on that one, and ball goes a little bit further there, so I hit a lob wedge about 100 yards like full at home, and I don't know if I can get a lob wedge halfway there right now. So yeah, this is very much a feel kind of matching up everything, because if I hit something hard, like if I hit a gap wedge even, I could easily get gap wedge there, but it's ripping back, I think, to where I can't control it. So I would probably, I don't like hitting wedges full. I'd much rather take the off speed. So I'd be even probably more prone to hit a 9-iron from here than a gap wedge, whereas I'm sure a lot of guys would be the opposite. But
something that amateur golfers do all the time. They hit 9-iron from 100 yards, don't they?
Yeah.
Never seen
Not quite, but I think, you know, you said I want to control the spin.
Yeah.
You're just looking to take the spin off so it doesn't just climb up and end up short, but also when it lands, almost probably want to land this pretty dead, would you say?
Yeah.
So it's not ripping back at all?
Exactly, yeah. It'd be one, if it winds into like this, I mean, even taking this much off, I would allow for it to come back if it's tilted toward me. Maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Okay.
So I got pitching wedge in my hands now. I mean, I can hit a couple different clubs, like you said, or like I mentioned, but pitching wedge is probably most comfortable. I mean, 103 into this wind, it's if I had to guess, it'd be around a 120 shot.
Yep.
So a little off the left, I'd be looking at that tree and having it just fall, the tree just left of it, and have it fall just right. Caught that one a little thin again. I did almost hit that drone, didn't I? That wasn't my best.
Go again.
Pin high though.
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing is the not your best is 18 feet right at the flag.
Yeah.
It's not like, because so many golfers would hit this shot, hit a good shot, and end up in the bunker.
Yeah.
And then you walk off the hole with a double bogey, having hit a good shot, and that doesn't make any sense.
No, and that's like I said, it's infuriating to me to watch amateurs every week in pro-ams just not hit enough club. I'm like, guys, like, just, this game is hard enough already. Like, just, you're hitting a club no matter how good you hit this, you can't, like, it's not gonna get there. So, like, just hit more club. I dare you to hit it over a green. So
We're going to be saying this for the next 20 years.
Oh, no,
Still, the ego gets in the way. That's all.
always. I can't hit a driver on a par 3. It'd be like, well, you can't get there with anything else.
Getting
So.
there then.
All right, try that again.
That's nice.
That's so good.
Get up a little bit.
Good thing with a shot like that, even though it pitches a little bit short, you know it's going to hop forward, and you know it's not probably going to spin back as well. Which is
that's
really
exactly
good,
why
really
I like that club versus a gap wedge.
You can see how much Justin's tuned into his yardage. He hit that then and he just knew it was going to be a fraction short. You're like, it's maybe 1 or 2 yards short. That's just you knowing your yardage, and what, you're 5 feet short there.
Straight away you knew. And again, just a reminder, this is great for people who are watching this. How far does that club go full out?
140.
140. So
Yeah.
you're hitting it 37 yards less
Yeah.
on the number. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's like incomprehensible to anyone watching this video for the most part. And like you say, you don't want to sound bad about it. You don't want to sound like, you know, oh, we're slagging people off, but it's kind of the reality, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it's also like a big picture. Like, this is my job. I kind of have to be good
Yeah,
at that.
of course it is,
Just like I
exactly,
wouldn't be good at what, you know.
You'd have weekends off otherwise.
What everybody else does. I mean, we do this obviously every day for our whole life. Like, of course we're gonna know more about it than other people, but it's just the fascinating thing about golf is you could get probably 20 tour pros there and you'd watch four different clubs hit in the same exact wind. And there's even really talented, unbelievable top-ranked players on tour that would hit 2 different clubs than me. It doesn't make one right or wrong. Everyone just does it differently, type thing.
You've just figured out what works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I'm excited about. 60 yards. I mean, we could go closer, but 60 yards. We've been coaching for a while now, and we've used you a lot.
Okay.
When amateurs come for us for coaching, and they're hitting short game shots, and we say, look, if you want to learn how to pitch, go and check out JT, and you'll just see how much he just allows his arms to it just looks like they're almost just floating on the way down, as opposed to we see so much acceleration and leg drive. And I said, look, go and watch JT, like, incredible. So this is it's sort of a finesse wedge, 60 yards. You need a bit of feel in this. Talk us through, again, the situation, but then maybe how this distance would be different to a 125, 140 shot.
This is where JT says, I like to hit down really hard on the back of the ball
like
and
to
drive
accelerate.
those legs.
Yeah. I mean, this is where I could hit balls forever. Like, just right here, like, especially with this wind, like, I just want to hit a huge slice and see how much spin I can get on it. Or, I mean, you know, turning something against it to have it land way softer. But this is the kind of stuff in practice, you know, of me growing up where you just screw around and kind of learn shots. But it's once that 60 yards is kind of my last yardage, if you will, that
Okay.
I feel like I have like a swing for, if you will. Like I said, I'm not a clock system guy. That really the only similar clock type shot that I have is 60 yards. I guarantee you it's not what it is, but I just feel like the butt end of my club is pointing in my left foot.
Okay.
That's all it is. So once I feel it's there, I just go. So it's 60 yards if I'm there, and if I don't choke down at all, it's 65. Those are the only 2 numbers that I have, and it just has come from, I mean, 10 years of hitting balls on the range and warming up, and like those are my first 5 to 10 shots of 60 yards. Like I'm just feeling that. Like once I feel like that, like right now, it's like that club's pointing at my left shoe, then I go. It's like pointing at my left shoe, then I go. That's just kind of my.
Very simple.
Never heard anyone say point
No,
it.
no,
actually.
no.
That's the
Yeah,
first time I've heard
some
that.
people do, you know, like shoulder to shoulder, and like
yeah.
I've tried that, and I have a decent idea, but not. I've found that I'm better just feeling it. This is the only one that I've found any kind of consistency with.
And there's probably there's a very high element in this that you just see a flag and go, I know how far that is, without even getting a rangefinder on it. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I can feel my way into that flag.
It's I mean, my caddy Rev says it all the time. He's like, use your eyes. I think, you know, down here you're doing all this stuff. It's like how often on the range when you guys, if you're hitting balls or warming up, you see a flag and you're kind of like sand wedge, and you hit and you're hitting it right around it, then you shoot it and you know the number, and now all of a sudden you can't. It's like I think we sometimes underestimate our talent of our perception and like how in our athleticism and like figuring it out. I mean, if you told me to throw a ball in that bunker, like I don't know how far it is, I don't know how far back my arm or anything's gonna go, but like I just throw it and it'd be hopefully somewhat close.
Yeah, we definitely underestimate how good we are as humans.
Yeah,
What I'd love to talk about, is just how you play this shot. So you've mentioned here, and is this a feel for you? Because obviously it's a very different motion to a full shot. Do you feel anything different in terms of your arms moving down earlier, or is it softer? Like, because it's very noticeable, and when you watch it, it just looks just like they're just falling.
Yeah, I don't try to change tempo or anything like that. I kind of, my hands are what my feel are, like my speed and putting, I try to feel all in my hands, like how I don't know, much I move them, how fast I move them, I don't know what you want to say, but just, this is what I feel everything with.
Yeah.
So it's just, it really is more just looking and reacting, and I think that's probably where the, kind of has like a lazy looking type feel.
It's
maybe
natural
comes
flow,
from,
really, isn't it? It's
not tense, it's just like I'm just kind of looking and feeling. Like, I mean, without even trying to hit my 60-yard shot, like if I just kind of look up and just kind of try to hit it by that, like I know it's gonna be, relatively near there. It's not like obviously something like too precise, but it's just more of a just feeling it type thing.
just look and feel, Piers. That's all you need to do next time.
But again, it's also what I've done my whole life.
Of course it is,
Of course, yeah. But there's definitely a lot to pull. So you mentioned some different ways of playing this then. So you mentioned like sliding it in from left to right and holding it up and maybe flattening out from right to left. Yeah, let's play a few.
Okay, yeah. I'll get one cutting in here pretty good. I mean, I can generate a pretty good amount of spin on it, and with this left to right wind, I mean, this is what like the 12-year-old me would just love right here.
This is the best one.
Oh, I didn't hit it far enough.
Spin.
Thinking about it. Have another go at that one again. That'll be good. You good on towel? You good?
Yeah, I'm all right.
There it is.
There you
Come
go.
on, catch the backstop. Oh!
Oh, it's
coming. There he goes. There he goes.
Oh, I needed
just
like
hold
a
it good.
foot short of that. and I
It's
was
still trying.
Oh, it is, isn't
Go
it?
on, one more. Give me one more of those. Give me one more of those. Here we go.
It's got to come back.
Here we go.
There we go.
That was so good.
But those are obviously, it's a shot I'm not necessarily trying to hit super close to the hole when I'm messing around, but it's like doing stuff like that, you never know when you need it.
That creativity is really important.
I go the other way with it of kind of holding it up against that wind.
Love it.
Nice, and that's still going to spin. You can see it spinning the other way.
Again, using the ground as well, using the ball on the ground. Let's hit one more as you would do in a tournament. So we've got 18th hole, Augusta, 60 yards.
Apparently hit a bad drive.
It was a really long drive.
Okay, even I hit a really long drive, even better.
Back in the old days, maybe, on that hole, but maybe not now.
60 yards, so yeah, I mean, wind kind of died, not much going on, and I'd land it pretty close to the hole and just try to feel out that 60-yard shot I like hitting.
So nice. I'm going to be watching that, Andy. We're going to watch that one back. That was so good.
Beautiful.
There we go.
I think what's impressed me the most is how much you understand you, but then the conditions around you as well. And if you haven't got that, you're going to really struggle.
Yeah, it's not like other sports where shooting a basketball, or, you know, throwing a pass. Like obviously there's mechanics and form and whatnot, but we have so many variables that go into golf. You know, temperature, the elevation, the grass you're chipping off of, the grain, what the green does, the firmness of the green, the softness of the green. There's so many things, the wind, and that you really, I'm just taking all of it in,
Yeah.
and just trying to compute the best option that my college dropout education can come up with to hit it as close to the hole as I can.
Each shot has a formula, doesn't it?
It is, and look, the level of detail it's incredible. And what I love, again, the message to you guys at home is that it's to keep it simple as well. You don't overcomplicate it. You take it all in, and then you keep it simple. You know what works for you, and those executions, there's not much thinking going on.
JT, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
So good.
Cheers,
Thanks,
JT.
you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Great
appreciate
stuff.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks.